r/Askreddit. What cliche is absolute bullshit? You can be whatever you want to be. Reddit is saying that the relationship subreddits always say to break up even when the issue is small mundane. You can just go to the subs and see that that isn't the case. The only times they default to breaking up is in situations like cheating, abuse, double lives, etc. That stuff is just what happens to make the front page the most frequently. So people think all the subs ever say is to break up. Posts with smaller issues like mundane disagreements are always met with advice to talk it out, strategies for communication, etc. It tastes like chicken. The autistic character is a genius. It sets unrealistic expectations. Almost every high school in movies or TV shows. The customer is not, in fact, always right. Pretty girls are all bitches. In my experience, it's the exact opposite for the most part. Professors being mean to students. It's just not reality. Most don't care who comes or goes from the lecture hall. And rarely would they go out of their way to humiliate a student. They've got shit to do. That every stupid decision in a horror movie is just stupid. If you have watched a lot of horror movies, many decisions such as splitting the group or shouting hello in a dark room, etc., you would see as stupid because of the result of said character getting mauled by the monster. However, many of us in that situation might make that stupid decision because all if not most humans are flawed. However, yes, stupid decisions in a horror movie is a cliche is more so just boring than anything nowadays. I just don't like when people say why. Perception is reality. No, reality is reality. I know so many people who say perception is reality. But what they mean is, it's my perception. So it must be everyone else's reality. Never hit a woman. I will straight up spread those cheeks and tongue punch that turd cutter. The hacker who presses a couple of buttons to obtain government files. You can be anything you want to be. Out of sight. Out of mind. I wish this were true. Like it. Or lump it. Sorry. But sometimes we just don't like it. The richest guys dropped out of college. And what were the odds against them making it? Everything happens for a reason. All Disney's movies. That men are just money making robots powered by beer and televised sports and don't know to acquire food. Much less actually cook a meal. Or even care for their own children unattended. They don't know a diaper from a potholder and don't care to. That women want a man to be either a gorgeous trophy and sex god that can make them into a multiple orgasm factory within 1 hour of making their acquaintance. Or just an ATMs with sperm. The good guy always gets the girl. If you stand up to a bully, they will leave you alone. No. They will then have a reason to kick your ass. Just keep on waiting and the right person will come along. This only works for women and in some occasions. Cause 1, men are always expected to take the lead. 2, even if you're a Angelina Jolie type of girl, you would still need give yourself some exposure and fixing some flaws. If you killed him, you will be just like him. Unless the antagonist and protagonist are Hitler and lesser evil Hitler, that line doesn't make any lick of sense. Plus, how many mooks have you killed to get to his chamber? Just finish him. The popular girl that wears pink and has dresses and is blonde and has like 200 boyfriends, because in real life, most popular girls ain't like that. Loving someone means never having to say you're sorry, such BS. That all substitutes are oblivious to everything. People always act like substitutes will let them get away with anything they want. And like the teacher principal didn't give them instructions or tips. It may be true for some, but most not. Also, I once had a female substitute with a mustache. Not saying this to be offensive or anything. Because she was a fun substitute. I just wanted to share it. I love a girl who can eat. Typically guys in movies TV who like a girl who eats a lot, eats junk food and is low maintenance, even though these girls are usually skinny and traditionally attractive. I always thought it was a weird and pretty harmful trope. Especially for women. If there is ever a rebellion, the rebels are always there to stop a blatantly evil dictatorship government. And not just people who rebel for their own reasons. The government is, or at least should be, so this doesn't happen, either. Trying to be as just as possible, then the rebels may have no way to fix the problems, or keeping the population poor and uneducated by denying schools and healthcare so the population is too weak to rebel. Years are just a number. Flattery will get you nowhere. It's usually the opposite of that. That money doesn't buy happiness. But it does sure prevent sadness. The rebels did nothing wrong. One of the wisest and favorite characters risk themselves for the greater good. That is, when Rick from TWD blows up the bridge in season 9. When Gandalf does the you shall not pass. And when Dumbledore drinks the liquid from the cauldron to get the Horcrux in the 6th book. They say people never change, but that's bullshit. They do. Love finds a way. You get what you deserve. It's all just a dream. That shit pisses me off more than anything. Going into an abandoned and dilapidated house with spooky vibes and creepy stuff starts happening. If that was me, I'd be like, hell no. I'm not going in there. Let's go. Cool guys don't look at explosions cliche. Flattery will get you nowhere. It's usually the opposite of that. Time heals all wounds. I think that time helps with a lot of problems. But honestly, I just think you learn how to live with the pain and eventually learn how to handle it to make it not as obstructive to your life. Rather than just completely forgetting and forgiving whatever happened. FORTNITE. But please stay open since LL the trashy 9-year-olds flock to it. I learned the value of hardly working by working hardly. Donald J. Trump. 45 President of the United States of America. TH. Works like a charm. It gets better. It might. It might not. They're mean to you because they like you. No. That just sets someone up to suffer abuse in silence. You are perfect just the way you are is bullshit to everybody. Opposites attract. It's difficult to build a relationship with someone you don't share interests with. The more dissimilar you are, the greater challenge you encounter when trying to find activities that you both enjoy. Time heals all wounds. Not necessarily. I think people learn to live and work with traumatic experiences. Everything happens for a reason. Sure. Whatever you need to tell yourself.